I think we are connected again. Hello everybody. In some time we will be in talk with beautiful Simran Godwani. Adding Simran now. She has joined us. So in some time the beautiful Simran Godwani will be joining us. Simran, you must have got a request. So I would like you to please come online. And we have got so many viewers now. So hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of Queenie Talks, which is presented by Diva Pageants. And we are getting Simran online with us. And sometime she will be online. And just to tell you a brief about Simran's profile, she has been the first runner-up of Mrs. India Empress of the Nation. So Simran, can we have you online with us? We have already sent her the request. And in the meanwhile, can you all say a warm hi to Simran and me here? Can you all write hi? And it's a lovely evening here in Pune, where we have the corporate office of Diva Pageants. And today I'm live on their Insta handle, and we will be doing a lot of Queenie talks with the very beautiful Simran Godwani, who is the first runner-up of Mrs. India Empress of the Nation. I think we will be having Simran in a couple of minutes with us. In the meanwhile, everybody can tell me that कैसा चल रहा है आपका लॉकडाउन एंड क्या क्या ऐसे एक्टिविटीज हैं जो आप कर रहे हैं अपने फैमिली के साथ. Yes, so we have the queen with us, Simran Kodwani. Hi, you are looking absolutely breathtaking.
Thank you so much, Farha. And you too, you're looking so lovely. And I'm so glad to see you despite the lockdown so far away, you in Pune and me in Bangalore.
So I am truly privileged to have you as a guest for the very first episode of Queenie Talks with Farha, because for the inception episode, I was looking for somebody who is very queenie and she owns her queendom, and I'm sure you're the best person to have it. And when I and Anjana were discussing about you, and she was like, yes, definitely we should take Simran for the very first episode. So I must say that you are one of the real diva queens, and we are so proud of you.
Thank you so much. I am so glad to hear this. And you, along with Carl sir and Anjana ma'am, have been fantastic. And you all have played a very significant role in the place that I am in today. So, I am just so happy that you thought of me as the first guest for Diva Pageant's Queenie Talks.
So to all our audience, we will be taking your questions as well. So, but that in the end of the program. So anybody who would like to get some Queenie advice from Simran, please post your questions in the comment section. And to start this wonderful episode, my first question to you, Simran, is I want to ask you about your introduction and your journey in the pageant.
Okay, so when I came first to Diva Pageants, let me tell you, I'm a very desi girl, okay? Because I'm basically a Kathak dancer. and I run a school. Though I have traveled and studied abroad and everything, but a large part of my life has been being a very desi girl. So I have not, I can say that I had not worn Indian clothes, Indian saris. I mean, I was only in Indian saris, no Western clothes. So the pageant, when I came in, I literally borrowed clothes from my friend. I borrowed clothes from a very dear friend of mine, Vandana. I think I even took some from a friend of mine, Nalini, and two, three other friends because I did not have Western wear. I always wore sari and kurta and all that because that is a very typical Kathak dancer kind of look. But when I first decided that I will be part of the pageant and I got selected to be part of Mrs. India, Empress of the Nation, my first thing was like, okay, now where do I go for these clothes? Because I mean, you know, the whole attire, the whole feeling of a pageant is very different than what I had lived my life for so many years. So yes, so that is how I got introduced to the pageant first as to reinvent myself. The whole journey was reinvention.
Yes, and I'm sure in those 4 days you really reinvented and owned that stage, and you were able to get the title of first runner up. And I think you were fantastic on the finale night.
See, as far as reinvention is concerned, I think Anjana ma'am, Carl sir, and you and Anjali and Pooja, all of you played a very big role. Anjana ma'am had to literally, you know, like how a sculptor like sculpts the eyes and, you know, like makes it perfect, saying, no, this is not good. This is not good. And when I would go to Carl sir, he would say, Simran, is this the introduction you're going to give? Like I went to introduce myself saying that I'm Simran Kotwani, I'm a Kathak artist. That's how I prepared my introduction. And Carl sir is this what you're going to say to everybody that you're a Kathak artist? I'm like, he said, that is what you do, but what are you? So what I really loved about Carl sir was that, you know, he said, don't look at you as a person outside of you. Look at who you are inside. Who is Simran? Where is Simran? I mean, what is she made of? So when I actually walked into the pageant and was preparing our introduction, and you know, I remember that 2018, that time when the pageant was there, those few days it was drizzling, and you know, there was really no place because everybody was walking with their own introductions all over. And every time I would go to Carl sir, so he'd say, okay, so somebody wrote about you in a book. So, but what does that say about you? So what I liked is that they kind of reprogrammed me. You know, I always looked at myself in a one unidirectional way that I am a very desi girl and I'm a teacher and, you know, whatever. Um, I was put in a box by myself. But what they did was they said that, okay, look inside. When it came to introduction, because Carl sir was there, look inside and he would say that, okay, come on, rephrase it. You can do much better. And we developed the introduction to who I was as a person rather than what people perceived me in terms of my profession. And Anjana ma'am would be like, you know, walk straight, you know, whole and puja. My God, I can never forget that. Simran, go here, go there, go this. And you know, I didn't even know how to stand. And there were many days, I must tell this to all the queens, you know, there were times when I would actually say that, you know, I mean, why did I put myself in this position? I mean, offered myself like a sacrificial lamb for people to judge me. Initially, I was really hesitant. But what I loved was that the transformative experience that I had. So every day, I mean, those 4 days were, you know, completely grueling. It was killing. I mean, we would wake up in the morning and we had to get ready. Either there was a photo shoot or there was, you know, we had to practice this sequences with each costume or go for dress rehearsal or something. But I would dread, let me tell you the couple of things. One was the coming face to face with Pooja Singh. Sorry, Pooja, I really love you. You are the best. Okay. But it was like, you know, like Anjana ma'am would say that, okay, now this is the itinerary of the day. We would do, we'll have a skin expert coming in, we'll have a smile expert coming in, we will have so and so, we will have a walk. So Pooja Singh will come for the walk. And I would be like, oh no. But, I remember, see, being a dancer, my posture was fine. But what I realized is that, when you dance, you, as a dancer, when you are on the stage, you're very comfortable. But otherwise, you're not comfortable. So when I would walk, I would be not very confident. And there Pooja would go and say that, okay, come on, straighten up your back and walk and, look confident, look here, look there. And if I would look um, some other place, then she would be like, Simran, this is not the way. But I think the best part was that she really taught me how to walk in a very confident way in any setting. So there was a lot of learning from Pooja Singh that way. And what I loved about ma'am is that, the best thing is like ma'am is like a balm. Okay. So she shouts also at you for stupid things that you do and silly things. And then she will also tell you that, but this is not the way you do it. You can do it this way. So she shows you different ways to do one thing. And that is the best part of ma'am. She shows you different perspectives. And what this is a gradual development. That I learned. Initially I found her to be very harsh, but then I thought that no, I realized that the minute I started learning and accepting things and started molding myself and allowed myself. See, initially what happens is when we come to a pageant, most of us feel that. Some of us feel that okay, it's fine, and it's for an experience. It doesn't matter whether we win or whether we lose. But actually, honestly, I think it matters. We are there because we all want to win. So we should put in our best foot forward. So when I came first time, I was like, it's just like an experience. Then, so Anjana ma'am, I think asked me one day that, why did you come here? So I said, for the experience. She said, no, I only want people who want to win to be here because you should see yourself as a winner. I want every girl to win and go. Unless you feel that you want to win, then why are you even participating? So it made a lot of sense. So, I think they brought out things. Actually, we all want to win, but we don't want to accept it. We feel no, it's what will other people think? And I don't know, we have so many things that shrouds our mind. But I think Anjana ma'am brought into perspective and she said, own it, that you want to win it, and only then you can win it. If you keep saying, no, I don't know, I want to, I'm here for the experience. What experience? You make the best use of the experience and see how best you can do.
So I think you have put every character from the Diva Pageants family into the perfect frame. So I must agree about Anjana, whatever you have said. She is like a balm and she gives you that feeling of sweetness also. And then after some time you feel the icy cool thunder also. So, and about Carl also, he is absolutely loving and he gives you best perspective about your own self in the best words, in the best form of vocab that you have never even heard in your entire life. But what I would also like to ask you that being a dancer, how was your life before the journey, before the pageant journey, and how it changed your life now after the pageant?
See, so when I was a dancer, I did a lot of dance shows. I traveled abroad. I do a lot of events and things like that. But what I also did was that whatever I did, only I knew and the people around me knew it. I never thought that it was important for me to share whatever I did to people who are not in my fraternity. But what I realized is that if I'm going to, like Kathak, for example, if I'm only going to keep it in my fraternity and not share it with other people, I'm not going to bring in new people. Right? People will never know of the kind of work that I have done or the kind of events that I'm doing or the kind of or the magnitude of events that we do, because we also do international events. So that is where Anjana ma'am and Carl sir and this whole pageant journey, it made me a more confident individual. So, Kathak artists, I mean, as a dancer, sometimes in many places, like they're not really appreciated so much. So the classical wing really likes you, but there are people who think that, oh, okay, she's a dancer, okay, maybe that's it. Like, they don't realize uh, the magnanimity or the kind of importance it is that we are preserving a culture, or preserving our culture and heritage, and showcasing whatever our country has been through over a period of years, and the history of our country and whatever. But what the pageant actually did was make me more confident in whatever I did, and also to be able to share the work that I did with everybody. And then I realized that, see, earlier I was only circulating my work in the pool that I'm already in. But when I realized, when this pageant journey taught me to share it with other people, and then I realized there are many people who love dance, who love music, who love different forms of art, and how different collaborations can happen, and how we can all use all our experiences and collaborate with each other, and make each of our experiences very meaningful. And besides that, thank you so much, Aboli. So many of them are writing some lovely comments, but thank you all so much
Yes,
for
you're
that.
getting so many comments and everybody's calling you gorgeous, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So what I want to say is that, I was only as a Kathak artist, I was before the pageant. But after I won the first runners up of Mrs. India in 2018, I did ad films. I got so many projects to work in, so many videos, so many, press ads. A lot of people started calling me from all over the world. Suddenly, even to appreciate my dance, the whole thing went up. I mean, everything got lifted. Suddenly, they started noticing my dance. Earlier, I would go to people and like tell them that, I do this dance, and, would you like to sponsor my event, or would you like to be a part of it? And really, nobody saw that. Maybe I wasn't confident enough, or maybe the way I put it across to them did not light up their moods, or kind of made an impression upon them. But after my pageant journey, or yeah, it was such a transformational process that every time I would go and ask, like, for example, the press would write more about me. They started writing more about my dance, and and every time they would start mentioning that she's also a Mrs. India, or she is, she has won this pageant, Diva Pageants has. I mean, so they started mentioning, they started taking notice of my work. So it kind of accelerated even my dance career. So people started calling me for events. So whenever they call me for dance events, they also call me for a pageant. Okay, we are also organizing a pageant. Would you like to be a chief guest for that? So as recently as I've even got invitation to a US program where, I was supposed to go and dance. And they said that if you're coming, then we will also host a pageant, and we would like you to be a part of that pageant. So I think these are the opportunities that Diva Pageants, I mean, the kind of journey that Diva Pageants provides its girls, the divas, that, it is a total transformational experience. But it is something that you have to also follow. It's not that, I get the crown, and if I'm going to sit at home and I do nothing about it, then I will not go anywhere. But if I'm going to use the opportunity and take the words and experiences and instructions, quote unquote, whatever Anjana ma'am and Carl sir, and also seeing you, Farah and Anjali, and all of you do go in the same direction, taking inputs from them, and the way you are, transforming your own lives, also sets an example for us that, even we can do it.
Yes, and because we are connected on social media with each other, and I have seen, I think, full page uh, articles about you, discussing your work, and you keep sharing your media archives on Facebook. And I think it's just lovely. You get so much of coverage and so much of exposure. And this is what queens are made about, because people are knowing about you, your work, and what kind of a person you are. So it's amazing. And on top of it, you are also an international winner, right? Because Anjana ma'am also sends the queens for international pageants. So I would like to know that how you were selected to represent India for an international pageant, and how was your journey in Portugal?
Okay, so the selection was made by Anjana ma'am and Kal sir and the Diva Pageants committee. And ma'am said that there is this pageant in Portugal and we would like you to represent India. So initially I was like, I was not very sure about it, but she said that why don't you just try? And I was like, okay, fine, ma'am, I will try. And I think I called you also, Farah, up and said that, how should I prepare? And, you gave me a lot of tips, especially for the traditional round. You told me that, earlier I had no idea. I mean, I've seen Sushmita Sen and Aishwarya Rai winning the pageant, but honestly, I haven't watched the whole, I haven't watched that whole, what do you say, that pageant. I know that they won and I watched their clippings of when they have answered and all that, but really not gone into the kind of work that actually goes behind a beauty pageant. See, many people, I think, also come under the illusion that beauty pageants are easy. Actually, it is not easy, and it is not only beauty based, which is one thing which Anjana ma'am explained to me when I was going for this Lady Star Universe, because I said, see, there are all these foreigner girls who are going to be there from Lithuania and Brazil and so many countries, America, Spain, Catalonia, all kinds of places. And I had seen their profiles in this particular ones, and some of them were really pretty, some tall, perfect. And here I felt like that, I am this, this small Indian girl who is going to go there, and what will I say? And what will I do amidst all of them? But Anjana ma'am trained me, and I think I took a lot of help from you for the traditional wear costume, and you give me a lot of inputs, and I put together the wardrobe. There is a lot of training that goes, which is what I want to tell the girls. That Diva Pageants actually trains you when you go for any international pageant as to how you should prepare yourself. Right from, I think, right from your ear starts matching your, or how you can carry yourself, your clothes, what all you need to carry, how you need to present yourself. So the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, everything Diva Pageants kind of prepares you. So Anjana ma'am kept telling me, this is what I need to do, this is what will happen, and but the only thing she said that is, you have to be very confident and you have to do your best. And she made sure that she told me that everything I have to prepare myself. She said that, don't go there unprepared. Don't go there thinking that, it is only beauty based. There is a lot of, work that you need to do. You need to prepare for your talent round. You need to prepare for your question answer round. You need to prepare how you're going to walk up for your traditional costume round. Put everything together in place and go well organized. So she really helped me. You were also there. And Kal sir obviously told me, gave me a lot of hints on how I could speak. I think, see, many times what Kal sir does is he's not telling the exact lines, or he's not saying that, you can, he's not saying something of his, but what he does is he kind of sees you as a person and kind of define you the way you are, helps you define yourself. So he's a person who understands you, and he will say that, look inside you, look at you, look inside you, don't look outside of you. Who is Simran? Who are you, and what is it that you want? So I think all these things put together, I think I had this whole bag of information, instruction, preparation that I had to go to Portugal. I landed in Portugal, and all these beauties were there in front of me. Let me tell you, some of them were so stunning that I was like, what am I doing here? But, and I would call Anjana ma'am, and she said, you just be confident. Don't worry about who is there next to you, beside you, in front of you, and behind you. You just focus on what you have to do, and you make sure that, you are doing everything properly. Your talent round, your costume round, your everything. And let me tell you, it was freezing cold. It was like some -3 degrees. So I had to wear the sari and come out, and they were doing all outdoor shoots. So in that freezing cold, they had to, but they also prepare you for a lot of what you say, any kind of challenges that will come in front of you while you are in a situation. So ma'am would say that it's okay, it's cold, so what? It's only for 2-3 minutes. So the minute she said that, then I was like, because I had called her. I remember that we had the photo shoot, and the photo shoot I decided to wear a sari with a lot of props. And I called her and I told her, ma'am, it's like -3 degrees and they are going to do the photo shoot outside. I really don't know whether I'll be able to do it. And so she said, Simran, it's only 5 minutes. You just, kya hai, kuch bhi nahi hai, pen ke jao. And she actually makes things so seamless, so simple. Then you're like, yeah, actually, what am I worrying about? Yeah, 5 minutes. Think 5 minutes in Sub-Zero.
Because I tell you the reason, because she has been the national director for all the major pageants and she keeps sending so many girls. So for her, it is the most easiest thing. She's like, I know the game, babe. You just relax, okay, and do your best.
Yes.
And please don't look idhar udhar. Don't look towards any other girls, because you are the best. Because I've trained you to be the best.
Best. Yeah, totally. Anjana ma'am gives you such confidence. And also, like, she's like, what are you making a big fuss about? Sub-zero temperature just for 5 minutes. Kya hai? Kuch bhi nahi hai. And I wore the sari smiling. And then again, every 2 seconds we would run inside the cabin or the reception so that we could get our warmers. But the experience was very good. The place was fantastic. The place was, the directors of the pageant there, they took really good care of me. And they ensured that, whatever best was provided to all of us in terms of food. Food, of course, is mostly what they eat, but then, what I like about Anjana ma'am and Carl sir is, they kind of prepare you and they just say that go with the flow. So, they don't give you, the minute you come out with a problem, they'll say that this is so silly. Just adjust 2 days, 3 days. And actually, when you realize that yes, if you are traveling by yourself to any country and you do not know the food or whatever, and what if you don't get Indian food? Then, you just adjust automatically. So, they bring out the real elements within you and in the most effortless way, okay? Because, and then you start thinking to yourself that, why am I cribbing so much? I mean, this is just like, why am I making it a big deal? So, yes, so I went, and Sub-Zero temperatures, we had all our photo shoots in like -3 degrees or something like that. But it was a very fantastic experience with some amazing women. So I would like to thank Anjana ma'am, because it was a fantastic opportunity. And uh, and the best part was I won the talent round, I won the gown round, but I won it because the others' gowns were also very pretty. But I think the way ma'am told me to, put it together, and how to look, and how to put the whole ensemble together and present myself, I think it was very different. So, and in my group, I finally won uh, the Lady Star crown. So that was like a very happy moment for me. I felt really proud. I felt very happy actually. I was still not sure, like, when they said India, because they only say India, Portugal, France, Spain. So when they said India, I was like really thrilled, and I was looking at the other pretty girl who was tall and really nice, and I was like, okay.
And then you were
I
saying
got
to
very much.
them, देखो मैं तैयारी करके आई थी जीत की तो मैं जीत गई.
The only thing, see, let me tell you, in terms of looks, in terms of height, in terms of skin, in terms of figure, they were much better contestants. But I think I was very well prepared, and Anjana ma'am had really prepared me for that. And I think that is something that is very, very exclusive to Diva pageants. They make sure that any girl who goes for any of their pageants, I think because I have gone and I have won and I have come back. So my journey from here, I would not say it is not at all easy. It is not at all easy. Anjana ma'am doesn't make it so easy as I'm saying it. But the best part is she prepares you for the worst. She prepares you like, that the that you can that the only way for you is to win and come back. And that is what I really like about her, and the kind of the way she pushes and the way she helps you to focus on the goal. She says that वहां जाके experience लेके आने से कोई मतलब उसका कोई मतलब नहीं. You don't need to go for experience, because like you're also going to spend some amount of money to putting in your wardrobe together, putting in all. So you have to go with the mindset that yes, I want to win. So you start working 3 months before or whatever. So they
Yes, and
prepare
I
you for
also
that.
feel selection of a genuine pageant is also very important, because
Correct.
nowadays we hear so many scary stories about girls going for an international pageant and then the pageant is a fraud pageant. So I think that way Anjana knows as the national director of many pageants that which are the best one to send and what type of girl to be sent to which type of pageant. I think that is why we have such a phenomenal rate of success for all our international queens.
I think so, because at least the one that I went to, that Miss Lady Star Universe, the resort they put up was fantastic. It was one of the best in that area, and they took excellent care of us. And we had a hotel. We they received all of us at the airport in a very, very nice in their traditional way, and the whole experience was very, very good and very phenomenal. But yes, like you said, I have heard a lot of girls complaining that they had to leave halfway from the pageant, or the directors disappeared and all. There was nothing like that. I mean, I think from the start until today, I won the pageant in 2018 November. Until today, the director of that pageant, she calls me for every festival and says that, you can come and be a part of the festival. And that is the kind of opportunity that Anjana ma'am gives you. That, it's not that it ended. My relationship did not end with me winning the crown. She calls me. She says that, okay, we are having a carnival. Why don't you come and, you can lead the carnival. So this is as recent as like last month. I mean, before the lockdown, 2 months back. She said that, they're going to have this carnival in June or July. And she said, I would like you to lead that. And it will be fantastic if you come down from your country. So, it is not like a one time. I think once you make a relationship with Diva pageants, Anjana ma'am and Carl sir, it is like a little family. And if you want to grow as a person, if you want to grow as an individual, if you want to grow as a queen, and also to spread the work that you are doing, this is the best platform. I think if not for Diva pageants, I don't think I would have been written about in the papers, or if I, because there are so many pageants. There are so many pageants that are happening. So, the papers are not going to write about every pageant and every queen. But Diva pageants prepare you not only as a queen, but also to, it kind of accelerates you as in your career as well. So, I've been covered in most of the, good papers. And very often they call me up and ask either some bite or something for, some, any kind of, what do you say, any kind of issue or anything that is happening, saying that, okay, would you like to say something about this particular issue? So I feel the way Diva pageants groom a queen is the reason why the girls who want to become queens or aspire to become queens or want to take part in international pageants should go through only Diva pageants.
And you have given us such wonderful insights about your international pageant. Now, on home front, you are a fantastic dancer, you are a mother of two, and you are a beloved wife. So, please tell us something about your family. Is Rakesh a supportive husband? How was his reaction when he found out that you have won not only one but two crowns in a year?
I think they were all happy. Yeah, Rakesh was happy. Rakesh is like the first thing was like, even before I won the crown, when I told him that I was going for Mrs. India Empress of the Nation, the first thing he's asked, "Are you really serious? Like, do you know what is like a pageant? Because you know you are a dancer and you're going to a pageant." So I said, "Yeah, I am," but. Uh, he was like, okay, like this Desi girl going, and then what is going to happen. And then when I come back after I won the first runner-up in the Mrs. India one, he was like, okay. And then suddenly the transformation happened, because then in another 3 months I was going to Portugal, and then there also I won. Yeah, he's been fantastic. He's helped a lot. He's the only one who's been listening to all my introductions. Whatever I had to practice before I went to Portugal, I would just make him sit down along with my son and daughter and say that all of you have to listen to me. But let me tell you, after all that practicing, I was still nervous when I was on stage, but I felt good there. But yes, Rakesh has been extremely supportive. Both my kids, Kian and Arohi, they are wonderful kids.
But I think judges felt otherwise. They found you extremely confident, and I think that was the reason why you won the crown, right?
That I think, I think a little bit of nervousness is always nice, as long as it doesn't
And
show
I
to
think a
the
little bit of humbleness also, which you have in abundance.
No, thank you, but not really. But I think I'll give the confidence part, the onus to Carl sir, because you know he kept saying that whatever, however you feel and whatever you answer, you look into the eye of the person, whoever is asking you the question, and you answer. Think for a minute and then you answer. So those kind of points really helped me in terms of when I was there on that stage, like when they were asking questions. It was not that I just kind of just immediately cooked up an answer. I took a second, and then I kind of put it together, and then I kind of delivered it. So yes, so I would give that credit to Carl sir and Anjana ma'am.
All right. So I will ask you very briefly, which is one of the best pageant memory that you have?
The best pageant memory is, I liked it that I think the day I was practicing my introduction, the best part was that there was this one night before the pageant, and it was raining. I think the best, and it was raining, and we had to do a photo shoot in the morning. Okay, and so I don't know, for some reason I took forever to get ready. And I was like, I will get shouted at. I will get shouted at. I will get shouted at, because somehow my hair and makeup was just not getting over. And and the dress that I had worn was a dress that I had. It was a kurta. Okay, it was a kurta which I had, and then a friend of mine said that no, let us redo it and make it into a western gown. It was a blue gown. Let me show it to you. Okay, okay, it's here. I don't know if you all
Wow.
can see it. This is my photo shoot.
Beautiful. I have seen your picture. I have seen this
Yeah.
picture of yours, and I think the Diva calendar was launched in Dubai, and this was the cover picture, right?
Yes, yes, this was a cover picture. But let me tell you, so this is actually a kurta, a long kurta, which I didn't like because it was not fitting me well and all that. But then a friend of mine transformed it into this gown, and it took forever for me to get ready on that photo day. And I was like, but anyway, at the end, when I saw myself, I was happy and all that. And ma'am and sir said that you're looking good, but everybody was looking pretty. But the best part was that I won the Mrs. Photogenic for this particular picture and this gown that actually got transformed and all that stuff. I think that is my best memory because it was raining and these shots had to be taken very quickly. So that I remember the photographer, he said, we just have 5 minutes and you have to give 4 poses. And this was one of those poses.
And I think it is a breathtaking picture. It's looking so gorgeous. Amazing.
Yeah, so
All
this is
right.
my best.
So yeah, it's a fantastic picture. And I've also like to know from you, what is that one message that you would like to give, to all the ladies out there who want to come out of their shell and change their life?
I think they should come out. I think they should come out and they should not have any inhibitions about taking part in any beauty pageant because unlike what people say that beauty pageants are, for beauties without brains and all that, I think all that is old school. Uh, you need to have brains, you need to be so sorted, you need to have a lot of foresightedness to be able to be in to be a part of a pageant. So you should definitely take part in a pageant and be a sacrificial lamb because only then can you metamorphose and become into a beautiful butterfly. Otherwise, we are always in our shell. You know, we are like this
Do you
caterpillar.
feel pageantry changes life once you are into pageants?
I think it has changed my life. So I think it does change lives and it will change your life if take back everything that you have learned, every experience, every positive, every negative, every challenge that you have faced back, as memories, as experiences, and use it in the right way. And I think be a part of the Diva Pageants family. I think it's very, very important to be part of this wonderful family. Only when you're part of a family can the family also, help to take you forward. So I think it has changed my life. So I think it will change lives, provided you want it.
Yes, and I think आपने बहुत ज़्यादा हिम्मत दिखाई from being a dancer to a two title winner now, including our international pageant. I think we all should salute you, and we are so privileged to have such a beautiful queen like Simran in our lives, in Diva Pageant's life, who's so beautiful inside out.
I'm so humbled. Actually, all the credit goes to Diva Pageants, Anjana ma'am, Karl sir, Farah, Anjali, Pooja Singh, all of you. I think if not for all of you, I would not really, have stepped up because I am a very introvert person. I'm not a person who would mix with everybody. So the pageant actually kind of brought me out of the shell that I was as a person. So even though I would speak and even though I could converse, but I was such an introvert. And I think that is something Anjana ma'am said that, okay, you don't need to be an extrovert. You can be an introvert, but still share and, share whatever you're doing, both in terms of your work, in terms of your ideas, collaborate. And there's so much, that you can do. And I think if not for Diva Pageants, I don't think I would have seen that window.
And what are your future plans?
So I want to continue dancing and whatever projects. There have been very interesting projects that are coming up. A lot of collaborations that people are asking me to do, and I'm quite keen. And I'm sure you will all hear it as and when it comes. Diva Pageants has opened a lot of platforms, a lot of doors for me, and I'm just looking forward. And one of the things which I'm very excited is also, Anjana ma'am has supported me, and I'm hoping that we will have a very exclusive pageant for the South, Queen of South. So I hope that is one of the future projects that will be coming up, and I hope with the support of Anjana ma'am, Karl sir, and all of you. So yes. In association with Diva Pageants, definitely.
And we from the Diva family would like to extend our best wishes in whatever you do, and I'm sure you will do with all your heart and soul.
Thank you.
And now, Simran, I have a few rapid fire questions for you before we say a goodbye for today's session. So my first question to you is one beauty queen that you adore.
I think I love Sushmita Sen.
I think we all
I
love her. She's just gorgeous and so intelligent. And other
yeah,
than your mom and dad, other than your mom and dad and family, who is your backbone?
I think my Guruji, he's always been there. So, I mean, my husband, Rakesh, Kian, Arohi, all of them are there with me. My parents-in-law. But my Guruji has also been a very great support for me. So, besides my family, yes, he's the.
And who you find more stylish, Priyanka Chopra or Sushmita Sen?
Okay, this is a tough one, but I'll pick Priyanka Chopra because she has made some bold choices in the past few years, ever since she's moved to New York. And I think I find that very, very brave of hers to do that, being an Indian and trying some really bold outfits. So I will go for Priyanka.
Yeah, I agree. She has taken a huge leap of faith, and I think it has worked for her. And definitely, I love her style and all her clothes,
Yes, totally. She has
including the
really,
Met Gala one.
yes, exactly.
Okay, and what is your best precious possession that you have?
My precious possessions are actually my children, Kian and Arohi. So since I can't carry them everywhere with me, I carry this photograph of theirs, which this my little girl she has taken with this camera. So I keep that always with me wherever I go. So that is my most precious possession.
All right, next question is one rumor you heard about yourself.
Okay, this is a funny one, So, like a couple of months back, I had some gastric issues in my stomach. Okay, and I think my stomach was a little bloated. And then the next thing I know is that everybody was like, like friends were coming and asking me, like, I heard, are you going to have a third child? Don't you think you're a little too old for it? So, people thought that with a little baby bump that I was getting this little baby. I think that was the most weird rumor, and especially that one movie had come out with that Nina Gupta, where she, had a child a little late, and it reached my home also. So my son also told me that Mama, I hope there is nothing like that going to happen. But that that I hope, because he's 16 years old. The last thing he wants to hear is that I'm pregnant. Yeah, that was one rumor that kind of
I
blew my mind.
completely agree because we Indians, I think we should never have a upset stomach because everybody makes us pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, who you adore more, Carl or Anjana?
So, well, I adore both of them equally. I mean, they both are so wonderful and so brilliant and so such loving souls and so encouraging. I mean, I don't think. I mean, always. I mean, whenever I've had a challenge, or if I wanted something, or if I wanted any help, with the kind of work that I'm doing, or any kind of suggestions, and I have placed a call to them, they have always given me the best of advice, both of them. So uh, I can't pick a favorite here.
No, but you have to pick one. It is a rapid fire.
Oh, so I think maybe Anjana ma'am, like a bit more, but yeah, I love both of them. Culture,
I
this
think
is
Anjana
like,
must be
Farah is
feeling
like,
the joy now. She has won over Carl. So great. Okay, describe Diva pageant in one word.
transformative.
A very powerful word you used here. Wonderful. Okay, who is your favorite Diva queen?
Farha, you.
Oh my God. Oh my
Yes,
God. अब मुझे तो आज रात को
I,
नींद ही नहीं आएगी यार.
yeah. See, because I have you
Oh
also
yeah,
here.
I have my picture also there, and our calendar was launched in Dubai.
Yeah,
Oh
this
wow, what
calendar.
a beautiful picture. Thank you, Carl and Anjana, and thank you, Simran, for this wonderful picture in the wonderful calendar for me.
Yes, this is Farha. Yeah, it's a beautiful picture
Beautiful
of you.
pictures and
Yes,
beautiful
love.
memories.
Yes,
All
very
right,
true.
one best pageant memory we have already discussed, so I'm not going to ask you again. So I will go to the next question, which is my favorite question. So if you have to choose between going on a date with Varun Dhawan and Ranveer Singh, who will you choose?
I would choose Varun Dhawan because
We will
he's
not
so,
tell this to your husband for sure.
he's already listening to me. Like,
सुन लिया क्या बाजू में बैठे हुए
एकदम like, okay, why? Because Varun is like sweet, cute, chocolatey, and funny without being cocky, which I think Ranveer Singh is. So,
Yeah,
you know,
and
I like
also he's not married.
yeah, correct. Point.
Biggest point is that no, now
Point
Deepika
that,
has
yeah.
taken Ranveer, so Varun is the
Yeah.
best choice. All right, so we have a fantastic live session with you, Simran, and you were amazing. You have given us amazingly, superbly exciting tips, and I think which all the diva queens and all the future queens should implement in their lives. And before Instagram turns us off, because it's we can only do live for an hour, I would like to thank you again, and I would like to thank Carl and Anjana for this beautiful Queenie Talks episode 1. And last line, I would like to ask you that how did you like this episode 1 of yours and mine?
I think I totally loved it. I think it is the best. This is the best talk show I've done. So you are an amazing host, Farah. Thank you so much. And thank you, Diva Pageants. Thank you, Anjana ma'am and Kausar. And lots of gratitude to all of you. You are a wonderful team. And I'm so happy to be a Diva girl. And I think every Diva girl should be happy to be a Diva girl and part of Diva Pageants. Because there is no other place like Diva Pageants.
So thank you,
Thank you
Simran,
so
for
much for
coming
having me.
online with us. So here we were talking with the first runner-up of Mrs. India Empress of the Nation and international winner of Lady Star Universe, Simran Godwani. Till we meet again with the second episode of Queenie Talks, this is Farah Anwar signing off on the behalf of Diva Pageants. Take care. Bye.